So, I think it's... That's not on properly. QPR at home today. The two teams with the most improved passing from last season. The hat's back. Hopefully it can be lucky. We haven't lost yet with it on. Confidence. I'm going to say 3-1 Blues. To St Andrews.
Spells in charge. On the referee's whistle, please help us celebrate and remember the lives of Jim, who also, of course, managed tonight's visitors QPR and run with a minute's applause. Thank you. Goal scorer for Queen's Park Rangers, number 4, Grant Hall.
So it's the next day, and I haven't actually reviewed yesterday's game. It's a difficult one to review. So, where do we start? You've got Bella, who was brought off, who was our only decent player in the game. But apparently he had a groin strain, possible, which is a worry for the West Bromwich Albion game. You've got Magome, who's potentially just put the worst performance I've ever seen in a man in a blue shirt. You've got Harding, who is the most one-footed player you've ever seen, playing on the side where he doesn't have a foot. Connell Truman's kicks were pretty shocking. Colin could have made a tackle for the second goal. Let's go on to the midfield, because the defence I am actually fed up of talking about. Now, midfield, Sunyik put in a couple of decent tackles, made a few dodgy passes, but was alright. My man of the match with a 7 out of 10, Josh McEachran. He put some great balls through. He put that one ball over the top, which was incredibly great. Ball over the top to Juki. And Juki could have, if he had a bit more pace about him, got the ball, got it down, been able to put it in. But he got the ball, he got it down, and there was the defender there, and there was no one to help him then. Bringing off Jimenez, I did not think was a great idea either. We spoke about Bella. I think he was probably one of the bright sparks in the game. Pity he got a little bit of a strain and had to come off. Magome, as I've said, worst player performance I've seen in years. Reminded me of McFadden back in the day when McFadden didn't try it a fair few games at the end of a season. Bellingham, I thought, played well and then got brought off and was put in the wrong position. He was put on the wing when he doesn't have a lot of pace, which was shown earlier when one of their centre mids outpaced him and got past him, and Jude had to take him down 2-footed and get a yellow card for it. So that was very good that he was put on the wing and then brought off because he was on the wing. I'd have still kept him on over Magoma. And then we've got Juki and Jimenez. I thought Jimenez was playing better than Juki did. I thought Duke may have took a knock after a few minutes of coming on. He did look a bit iffy, and then he did look like he'd taken a knock, and he was a bit for about a minute or two after it. He looked fine then, but then looked a bit wrecked towards the 90th minute. But yeah, I think the substitutions were pretty diabolical. I thought that Odin Bailey did not play very well at all after coming off the bench. I thought there was a fair few players who had an absolute shocker. Harley didn't play well. Harley rushed out for the goal where I've blamed Colin. Harley went running out to a player which didn't need to be run out to, and then the ball went past in between him and Colin, and Colin tried to keep up with the man, but the man outpaced Colin, and Harley weren't there to make the tackle to stop the goal. And that could have been the end of that goal. Both goals were mistakes. Both teams played a bit boring style of football, to be honest. Both teams looked like they were quite happy with a 0-0 draw until they scored. And that did look like it took a bit out of our team when they scored. But midweek game on Sky TV at home, we just don't win them. But hopefully we can change that on Saturday, where we've got West Bromwich Albion. I will be doing a preview video, hopefully, for that one, where I talk all about both teams, what I think is going to happen, what could be done with certain players' positions. Hopefully we may be seeing a return of Villalba for that game. He was at the game yesterday, but obviously he's just come back from injury and he was just coming back into full training just before it, so I didn't think he was going to play. We saw Gary Gardner for the first time in ages on the bench. You've got on Rabti. You've got a fair few players who've just disappeared and some players who've just reappeared. But yeah, who knows what it's going to be for that game. If I upload that video, I upload that video. If I don't, I don't. Check out my Brummy Bros channel for my current episodes. I think I've got 6 episodes out of Moors to Glory. I've been tweeting about it on Twitter. Get following my Twitter if you haven't followed that. Lad from the Blues. I think it's also Lad from the Tilton. It's confusing, but I can't get Lad from the Tilton. Too many words. Anyway, on to the Baggies game on Saturday. Keep right on. Up the Blues.